Hello, it's Minty Ray here again. And forgive me if I'm looking crazy. I'm doing what I can between trying to get used to being on camera and you know, um, being having an inviting space for my ladies who are in menopause. I told you I'd fix these bad boys, and I sure did. You may have seen in my one of my other videos I was talking about learning how to do um gel polish. And girl, guess what? I have learned. And it wasn't very hard to learn either. Um, so, just a few steps. I don't know, about 4 or 5 steps, and voila. I don't know if you like the color or not. Let me know what you think about these dark colors. They're not usually my vibe, but I don't know. It's got a little sparkles in there. I don't know if you can see the sparkles, but anyway, enough about that. So I it's Minty Ray. No, I think I said that already. Um, and you're at Time to Talk Honestly with Minty Ray. Um, you know how it is when people see you talking in your car, they think that I don't know, they talk back to you while you're talking. So somebody just walked by, and I'm at the soccer field right now. So that's a story for another time. And So, anyway, let's get to what I want to talk about today. So, today I want to talk about sleep and how I'm doing all the things to try to get good sleep, yet somehow it continues to evade me. Um, I have started, I'm going to tell you several things that I've started doing. And I don't do them consistently enough. I just know these are the things that when I do them, the better I do them, the better the quality of my sleep is. So, you may have heard me talk about magnesium before. So I have incorporated magnesium into my routine. Because apparently we don't get enough of that. Um, and this is me from doing my own research about, especially when you get, when you're a beautiful black woman of a particular age like you, then we often don't get enough magnesium. So I've incorporated magnesium into my routine. And we've always heard talk about that you need to go to sleep at a certain time. You need to go to sleep at a certain time. You need to go to sleep at a certain time, because if you go to sleep at a certain time, then you can wake up at a certain time. Well, I was looking at an expert talk about sleep, and what he said is it's not so much that you press yourself to get to sleep on time. It's that you wake up every day at the same time. And that's what I'm struggling with. So I had set a time for myself to wake up every day at 8:30. Well, I pushed it back now to 9 o'clock. Don't judge me. You might already know that I am going into retirement. Um and I'm having some jitters about that too. But Um, if you are having any kind of response or concern about that, let's talk about that. And so if you're having any kind of jitters about retirement, let's talk about that, because there's some learning that I need to do. I saw one gentleman talk about a specific software, and I'm not too sure about it. In fact, I got to do some learning about it so that I can use it. Apparently, it can be used. What's the name of it? Bolden, I think it's how you say it. Maybe Bouldin or Boldin or something like that. And you can use that software. And I feel like that's a good one. Um, so while having a planner, maybe having a planner is a good idea, or having somebody to talk to into retirement is it's probably a good idea. I'm not vouching for it or not at this point, although I have done that a few times and I don't have anybody consistent. But more importantly, I want to be able to manage my finances and all of that stuff into retirement. You know, manage tax implications and Roth IRA and um, all of that, all of that. I want to be able to manage that into retirement. So apparently, this software called Bolden can help with that. I don't, you know, I don't have any links or anything like that to share with you because I don't know enough about it. But I guess as I learn about it, we can discuss it. We can talk about whether we can just talk about it. We can see if it works. We can get together and do our own. I'll tell you something I want to do when I was retiring. I wanted folks who were retiring to get together and prepare for retirement. And would you believe that people didn't really, they weren't driven? I don't know. It was just, I don't know. People just seemed to be so isolated about it. I don't know. Maybe they thought I was going to discuss their finances. We was going to discuss their finances, but it really was to just share approaches and that kind of thing. Anyway, I guess that's a conversation for another day too. Um, so let's get back to how did I get all the way down this tangent path? Excuse me. I wanted to talk about sleep. And so um I started taking, like I was saying, I started taking magnesium. I also we were talking about the time that you wake up. So, he had mentioned that what you want to do is you want to wake up at a certain time every day. So set a time that you can manage. That's how I got here because I was talking about this 8:30, 9 o'clock, and who in the world wakes up at 8:30, 9 o'clock every day? Well, people who are retiring, I guess, because there's no way I could have awakened at 8:30 when I was working. Although I did work from home many days. But it's hard to wake up at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and you got to go to, and you're trying to engage in the workplace, and you're still trying to get ahead. Um, you know, you want to be there early. You want to be engaging early. So, even when I worked at home, I bounced between waking up at 6 o'clock, for a spell to waking up, or getting my day started, starting work at 6 o'clock to starting work, as late as 9 sometimes. So, um, if you, and so anyway, that there's that. So Lord help me stay on track. Um, so again, for the third time, magnesium, waking up at the same time, waking up at a set time every day, and to add to that, going in the sun. And so you want to go in the sun within an hour and a half of the time that you wake up. Um, and on a sunny day, I think just standing out there, with your whole face facing the sun. So you don't want to cover your eyes. You don't want to have on, you don't want to have a shield, something, that shields you from the sun, but you want to be where the sun can shine down on you for 5 to 10 minutes. I think maybe more closer to 10 minutes. And you want to do it within an hour and a half of waking up. Face the sun. I'm not saying look at the sun. I'm not saying look at the sun. I'm saying face the sun, face, towards the direction that the sun is shining. And then you do that for 10 minutes. And if it's a cloudy day, then you want to be out in the sun, in the daylight. You want to be out in the daylight for about 30 minutes. So here we are. Magnesium as a part of the routine. waking up at the same time, getting sun on you when you wake up. And um, I can't say enough about having some kind of physical fitness. And if you're like me, you maybe tune your brain out when I start talking about physical fitness. Um, but lifting weights, lifting weights does so much for um, your health in so many ways. It's huge for um, your mood, and it helps with your sleep. Maybe I'll do some research on what lifting weights actually, all the things that lifting weights will do, so that I can share that with you. Um, Maybe I'll do that. Um, if you want to see that, then let me know, and then I'll certainly um, pull some information together, and we'll talk about the benefits of weightlifting. So um, let's just do those three things for now. Let's just talk about those three things. And if you have more, please, please don't hesitate to talk about them in the comments, because I'm still learning. Um, and we can share these conversations, amongst ourselves. And so, yeah, magnesium, waking up at the same time every day, and putting yourself in the sun, and of course, lifting weights. So if this is if these are conversations that land with you, um, if you have anything that you want to weigh in and add into the discussion, then by all means do. I don't know if you can tell, but I gotta hop away for just a second. Okay, I was letting the guys know that somebody's lights are on. Um, so I'm back. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, if you have a um, something to share when it comes to having a good sleep hygiene, then I think that's what they call it, sleep hygiene. Um, if you find that you're sleeping well, and you're of a particular age, looking a lot like me, and that is a beautiful black woman around the age of 55, then let us know. Let the girlies know, because the girlies want to get good sleep. Um, all right. Um, if this is a place for you, then you're welcome. Um, if you've got topics that you want me to um, share my thoughts on, provide feedback to, then by all means let me know. And if I have experience with it, I'm happy to share it honestly. Um, and let's make our lives better. And wherever you are at this stage in life, um, let's make our lives better. Um, and let's work to hold each other accountable, to have community around that very thing, and that is um, aging well. All right, ladies, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.